Hey guys, it's Luke. Welcome back to Puerto Rico. We're here on the rooftop again, answering a question, an English question from Rahaf. And if I'm saying your name wrong, please let me know. But that's what it looks like. Okay, before we answer the question, make sure you hit the like button if you like it. And if you want to improve your English more, check out my courses in the links in the description. Okay, now to the question. So Rahaf is asking, how do I answer, may I borrow your pen? May I borrow your pen? So let's do this. First, let's say some different ways we can ask someone if we can borrow something. Okay, let's do that first. And then we'll answer, or we'll talk about how to answer that request. So we could say, may I borrow your pen? Please. That's a simple way to ask. I think may sometimes sounds a little too polite for something as small as a pen, right? So I generally prefer to use could. Could I borrow your pen? Could I borrow your pen? I really like that one. Could I please borrow your pen is also okay. If you want to add please to it. Could I please borrow your pen? What about just saying can? Can I borrow your pen? Probably only with people you know well, right? So if you know someone really well and you say, can I borrow your pen? That's fine. If you don't know that person, it's probably better to use could I please borrow your pen? So you have to be careful about the relationship between you and the other person. Do you know them well? Then you can use can, maybe without please. Do you not know them well? Then maybe you should be a little more careful and use could or may, and then also add please, okay? So what about I'd like to borrow your pen? Probably not. That is a little weird. It should be a question, right? May I, could I is probably best, or can I? Can I? What about could you lend me your pen? Could you lend me your pen? It's correct, okay, but I would say for a pen, probably not. Because it's such a small and basic thing, right? Could you lend me your pen? It sounds a little too serious for something so basic and so small. So maybe if it's a car or something, right? Could you lend me your car for just 2 days? Please, I know I hate to ask, but could you please lend me your car? Could you please lend me? Is better, I think, for more serious things, bigger things, tougher things to ask for, okay? Pens are so basic. Now, how do we answer this? How do we answer this? Well, if someone says, can I borrow your pen? If that's a very casual thing and it's no big deal, don't say, yes, you can. Probably you should say, sure, sure. And I usually use that one. That's the most common, sure. Now you could just say, here you go, and give it to them without saying yes at all. If you want to say yes, you can say sure, or you can say yeah, yeah, yeah. And you could say then, yeah, here you go. Yeah, here you go, and then give the pen. Now maybe you want to add a message to that because you do need to use it. Yeah, but can you please give it back to me in 5 minutes? Yeah, but please give it right back to me. Give it right back because I need it. Okay, so often we will add something like that to it after we say sure or yeah or okay. Now sometimes you might have a question before you agree. If someone says, could I borrow your pen? Maybe you could say, what do you need it for? What do you need it for? Now I think in the case of the pen, that's probably a little too serious as well. Do we need to ask why someone needs the pen? Yeah. But if someone says, could I borrow your car, even if it's a friend, could I borrow your car for a couple days? Kind of a big thing to ask, right? Then it would be very reasonable before we say yeah or sure. It would be very reasonable to ask something like, what do you need it for? What do you need it for? Or why do you need it? Why do you need it? So those are very common for things that are a bit more serious, for things that are a bit more tough to ask, things that we might need to say no to, okay? Now, what if we need to say no? We might just say, I'm sorry, I can't let you use it, or I'm sorry, I need it. Now, for a pen, hopefully you don't need to say that, right? I'm sorry, I need it. But if it's a big thing, like the car, and you don't always have to give a reason, okay? So hopefully that answers your question. Guys, leave your questions in the comments down below. Leave a like on the video, and check out my courses if you're interested in studying a little bit more seriously. Okay, guys, looking forward to your next questions. I'll see you tomorrow.